everybody, it's Baron J. So, chances are that if you consider yourself a moderate weeb, you've seen the names of several anime that end in Gatari. Bakemonogatari, Nisemonogatari, and recently Tsukimonogatari. These stories are all written by the same guy and are known for being incredibly verbose and entertaining series. Katanagatari is one of these, but is incredibly unrelated. Katanagatari is a story set in feudal Japan. After a critical battle for control of its territories, Togame, a strategian for the the government, she works for the government, departs on a mission to an island that habitates the exiled warrior that killed her father during said battle to enlist his aid. Yeah, no, they hit you with that in the first 5 minutes. It's good, right? Yeah. So anyway, Togame is surprised to find that the man that killed her father isn't there, but instead finds his son Shichika and his younger sister. Togame wanted to enlist their father to help collect 12 perfected deviant blades which have tremendous power when assembled. However, Shichika can also fill this role, as he is next in line to represent Kyotoryu, a sword fighting style like Nitoryu and Santoryu, meaning to wield 2 and 3 swords respectively. He's got his sword in his mouth. I'll never get over that. Except Kyotoryu is a swordless style, used to defend against swordsmen, making him a good foil to the people currently in possession of these mysterious blades. Togame realizes that Shichika is a simple man who cannot be bribed with money or convinced to go for reasons of honor. She also can't get anybody else because the swords are incredibly rare and valuable, so anybody fighting for honor wouldn't want to give it away, and anybody going for money would just sell them, like a sane person. So instead, she proposes that he come along for reasons of love. Yeah, like seriously, she's just like, hey, fall in love with me. They quickly realize that Togame was followed to the island by somebody in possession of one of the blades, no less. This is where the story of Katanagatari, on this month and hour, begins. You like that? I did that for the people who've watched it already. So yeah, as I mentioned before, the Gatari series is known for its verbosity, which means that if you want anime to be incredibly action-packed at all times, you may be slightly apprehensive of this because words! There's a lot of words. But the dialogue is where this series' strength is weakest. And I don't mean like it was the worst part of the whole thing, oh my god. I mean that out of the many reasons why you should pick up Katanagatari, the back and forth between the characters is like the last on my list of awesome shit about this show. It's wonderful! I've never watched a show where I've had to pay so much attention to the conversation. The plot is wonderfully paced and thought out, as well as the character development and even the world building, and it's mostly directly tied to the dialogue. Speaking of characters, also great. Each sword owner mainly just shows up to the sword party with a fully fleshed backstory that feels solid when presented, and everybody from the random side characters to the villains of the show get their moments to shine and be pretty fucking cool. Next up, the action and animation. Shichika is a formidable opponent due to his training in Kyotoryu, which is a discipline that treats your body as a sword. His full power is not always on display, or even hinted at in some sequences, but every fight scene is a true joy to watch. No frame or shot is wasted artistically, and every fight is a choreographed ballet of kick-assery. It all feels very natural to behold as well. The animation, as to be expected with this, is just absolutely fucking gorgeous. It's pretty as shit! Even the still frame shots are fluid, wallpaper ready, and eye-catching as a result. The character designs are incredibly original to boot. You can tell there was just an incredible amount of effort put into this. And the music. Good God, the soundtrack. From the opening to ending shot, the score and the music selection adds even more immersion to the experience, making each episode even more magnetic than it already is. Another interesting thing to add. This isn't all executed in 20-minute increments, by the way. Each episode of Katanagatari is 45 minutes long. 45 fucking minutes of awesome. And finally, the finale. Katanagatari has one of the best conclusions I've ever seen. After watching 11 45-minute episodes following these two on an incredible mystical journey, the final entry is so emotionally charged it will melt the hardest of hearts and subsequently set the remnants on fire. While not as harrowing as the conclusion to the last Berserk movie, you'll definitely not regret getting to the very end of Katanagatari. However, by that time, you'll already be torn to pieces. This here's the end of the video, Sonny. Here's the subscribe button, and here's the Facebook and the Twitter. If you have a suggestion for a show for me to watch, or something for me to say in a funny voice, or something like that, let me know in the comments. Whatever a comment is. What's a YouTube? I have a couple questions for you guys, actually. For one, do you guys actually like the live-action intros? I thought this would be good for this one, but if you guys like them, I'll keep doing them. And secondly, I've had a few people ask me if I was going to do a Patreon or something like like that. And I don't like the idea of doing that because Patreon's great and all for artists, but with me, it'd be like, yeah, you can give me $1 if you want, but, you know, you're not actually getting something. So I had another idea in mind. If I made a shirt, like just a shirt, do you guys want that? Like just a shirt or something like that? I don't even know. Maybe like a coffee mug or something like that. Would you guys want it? Because I would much rather if some of you are generous enough to support me in any kind of way, shape, or form that you get something for that, and that will go directly to me and you'll get a shirt out of it. Let me know what you guys think. Thanks, guys. Bye-bye.